I am back. Hope everyone's good. I'm tired, but nothing has changed there. Blah. Steven says, join us to watch Umar watching Liverpool play dull slow football. I saw that Gakpo's in the team, and Gakpo is the personification of dull slow football. So I think you'll be right about that. What shirt will be worn? I deliberately decided to wear. I've got some volume on. Deliberately decided to wear last year's shirt just to inject a bit of energy and enthusiasm into the team, which I hope it works. If it does work, I take credit for that. But I hope you are good, Stephen. Nathan is not particularly happy. He says, "Get Frank out of my effing club, bro." I suspect that might be Spurs, and I don't blame you. Were you playing today? Shit, you drew against Burnley. Christian Romero scored in the 90th minute. To be honest, I don't blame you. Things are not going particularly well, and I don't want to make things even worse for you. But apparently, you might be getting Andy Robertson. That seemed that seemed to be a thing recently. So we'll see how that goes. Grace says, "Yeah, I got pinned. Thank you. No worries. As I said, I always pin the first comment. Yeah, it was me. For some reason I thought this game was starting at 5, so I was ready at 5, and then I was thinking, why the hell are they still showing the Man City game? So then naturally I double checked and I saw it was 5:30. So then I ended up coming back a bit later. Our centre-backs have more goals than our whole attack. Would you take Harry Kane back, or are you just are you hoping just to move on from that and start afresh? Like, the Frank thing is weird. I didn't think it'd be this bad. I thought it'd be quite good for Spurs, to be fair. So I'm a bit surprised, kind of how bad it's gone. I don't think anybody could have predicted that. Jeffrey says, "How's it? All good. Got back from holiday yesterday, so I'm still a bit jet lagged. But all good other than that. How are you? Hope you are good. Hiding Fish, hope you are good." I believe that is hello in Fish's language. Czeske. Fish has taught me a bit of Polish, so I've learned something recently. No clue what that means. I will have to look that up. Jonathan says, "Hi, it's me, Leo." The Leo thing is never going to be a thing. You will forever be Jonathan. I just feel like the name Jonathan has aura. I know you think it doesn't have aura, but I just feel like Jonathan is a very I was going to say autocratic name, but that's the wrong adjective. It's just a name that has aura. So you will forever be Jonathan. Give me a sec, just catching up. They're about to kick off, but I'm just trying to catch up. Jeffrey says, "Did you miss the last match?" I did miss the last match. I was in Budapest. I was on holiday because I have this problem where I go on holiday every month. So I was in. I was out of the country for the last match. I did catch the end of it. 3-0 win. But yeah, I didn't see the whole game because I wasn't here. But a win's a win. A win's a win. Jonathan says, "Who is Jonathan?" You are Jonathan. You are definitely Jonathan. Reluctant Gamer says, "Hey, how you doing? Hope you are good. Hope all is well with you. I'm considering getting another Steam Deck. I had the Steam Deck last year and I sold it. I'm considering getting another one for that 14-hour flight that I got coming up. But I don't know if I should. But I hope you're good." Mr. Default says, "United, how are you? I see you are playing tomorrow against Arsenal, I think, 4:30. But I hope you're good. I hope you're good. I hope United are not good. But unfortunately, they're doing quite well at the moment." Nathan just wants to be in top 4. Don't want to be in a relegation battle. Understood. Would you take Ange back? Need the job, mate. Got sacked from Forest, mate. I can't lie, I had a bit of a soft spot for Ange, even though he seemed to hate Liverpool. I didn't used to really mind him that much. Jonathan says I'm Leo. Saka is criminally overrated. He is a bit. He does all these like flicks and tricks and little cute little touches but then at the end of the season he's got like 3 goals and a packet of crisps. He very rarely has anything to show for it. And even in the Arsenal Liverpool game very recently, Gary Neville was just waxing lyrical about Saka. Oh my God, Saka's amazing, and whenever Saka takes a piss, it's the best piss anyone's ever taken. Whenever Saka wipes his ass, it's the best wiping that anyone's ever done. It's just automatically anything Saka does is automatically amazing, and I don't say it either. I mean, he's good. He's a good player, but the levels to which people hype him up is a bit excessive, because he always has a handful of goals at best. So I do agree with you. They've kicked off. I'll set the timer in a bit. Grace nearly choked on Haribo. Oh my God. I'm glad that was a nearly choked and not a definitely choked. And additionally, what kind of Haribo was it? Give me a sec, I'll set the time. I've not had Haribo in a while, Oh, how do I set the timer? I'm about 3 minutes. Nathan says, Unc, are you balling financially? I wish I was. But I get by. I find ways to get by. Fish says, rank these ex-Arsenal players: Sanchez, Ramsey, and Lewis Cook. I'd probably leave it in that order. Why does Jonathan keep saying I'm gonna cry? Have I missed something? Tell me if I've missed something. Steven says, how was Budapest? It was good. I enjoyed it. It's a very easy city to navigate, and that's a compliment. Transport links were very good. Metro, as in the tube, was very good. The trams were very good. The buses were very good. The trains were very good. I got a 72-hour pass for about £10, so I was making full use of that. The sights were good. I had a really nice hotel. I stayed at the Park Plaza, which was on the river, and they upgraded my room, and I was like, cool. And my room had a balcony which had a view of that Parliament building, the one that they have the lights on, so I had a nice view. I visited all the kind of touristy spots. I did about 15 miles of walking per day, so I've got about 45 miles in the tank. And yeah, it was good. I almost killed myself. There was a chance I would not be here, because there's this thing called the Gellert Hill by the river, and I decided to climb up that thing, and it was completely covered in snow and ice. So there were a few moments that I almost fell off that hill and I had to literally take one step, hold on to, if there was any railings or any trees, I just had to go very, very slowly. But other than that, all good. I enjoyed it. Had very nice coffee as well. Can't lie. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Jonathan is saying 6-7. Grace won't be happy with that. Grace said that's a last year thing. We're not allowed to say that anymore. The new terminology is 68. Mr. Default says, you know what, you should get a better football shirt. I would ask, do you have any suggestions? But they're probably not going to be the suggestions that I would like. I'm deliberately wearing this one because this was the league winning shirt. I say that's the reason. To be honest with you, the real reason is I've got about the last 8-9 shirts that I've been worn. They're upstairs in the laundry. I just haven't washed them. They're upstairs in the laundry basket. So I might wash them tomorrow. So if you don't like this one, you should hopefully not see this one again soon. Jonathan is insisting on being known as Leo now. I mean, I can try my best. I can try my best, but it's going to be quite the change. Fish says rank these players: Thierry Henry number 1, maybe Ozil number 2, Sanchez number 3, Ramsey number 4. Or what I might say is Henry, Ozil, Ramsey, Sanchez, because then that spells whores, which is what Arsenal are. But I don't know if that's a bit harsh. Nathan wants Ange back, mate. I don't blame you. I thought Ange was entertainment, if anything. You'd rather be entertained than be disgusted, which is kind of what's happening now with Frank. Jonathan, sorry, I see I've called you Jonathan again. Leo is the GOAT, but Fish disagrees. Reluctant Gamer got a Switch Lite just to play handheld. My Switch 2 is too big. Got the Lite for comfort at all times. I used to have a Switch Lite back in the day. I was looking at those as well. They're only like £100 now. If like I was looking at it second hand, but I was considering one of those as well. Who's better, Ahmad or Saka? I've been having this debate. Okay. Well, better is hard to quantify. Generally speaking, if you said to me, who would you rather have in your team? I'd probably take Saka. But if you said to me, I'm going to stick a player on the pitch and the player has to get a goal this game, and if you get a goal, you win something, then I'd stick Ahmad. Because I think if you need a goal, you'd stick Ahmad, 100%. So I hope that is... hope that makes sense. Grace says, how was your holiday? It was good. It was good. Enjoyed it. A nice little break. Mario is my favorite game of all time. Is that what type of Mario? As in Super Mario, Mario Tennis, Mario Kart, maybe one of the other Marios. Jonathan, see, I'm still calling you Jonathan. Leo said I will cry. Is that because I keep calling you Jonathan? I'll have to not do that anymore. Stefan says, Jack Grealish, most overrated player in history. He's overrated. The £100 million transfer fee to go to Man City always seemed a bit excessive. And I'd say at Man City, maybe he had one good season, 1.5 tops, and now he's at Everton. If you end up at Everton at any point, then that's a good indication that you've been overrated. Salah's through, but nothing happens. Gakpo's in the middle, which is interesting. He's been Arsenal star boy for 15 years now. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. For me, like he's flashy. He's got nice little tricks, nice little skills, but ultimately he doesn't get many goals and assists. Maybe calling him a star boy is a form of infantilizing him. So by infantilizing him, making him into an infant, that allows them to overlook the fact that he doesn't get many goals and assists because they still mentally consider him an infant. There you go. There's a bit into the Arsenal psyche. Mr. Default became a qualified first aider the other day. Good stuff. Good to hear. It's good stuff. You haven't had Haribo in a while because it's got gelatin in it. To be honest, I haven't had Haribo in a while. The thing is with sweets, if you give me one sweet, I'll eat all of them. So I just avoid. It's the same with chocolate. If you give me one chocolate, or if you give me one biscuit, I'll eat all of them. So I have the self-control not to touch desserts, but if I touch a dessert, I'll just consume them all. Do you like the lineup today? I don't like the fact that Ekatike is missing, but it's probably the best that they can do. I hope Ekatike doesn't have a serious injury. Gakpo in the middle is not ideal, but I guess what else are the options if Isak's injured, Ekatike is not fully fit. I guess their hand is forced to a certain degree. Jonathan, see, it's really hard to start calling you Leo now. I blame you for this. I just hope you know I blame you for this entirely because you always used to say your name is Johnny, so naturally I called you Jonathan, and now it's very hard to make that. It's very hard to make that change now. It's like Frimpong. I can see Frimpong on the ball. It's like Frimpong suddenly says, "You know what? My name's Dave." It's very hard to start calling Frimpong Dave, but I'll try my best. I'll try my best. My league winning shirt won't fit me. Yeah, is it a baby grow? One of one of those. Rank these players: Garnacho, Anthony, Sancho. That abbreviates as GAS, which is what all three of those are. Ooh, Salah to Wirtz, but nothing happened. I might see. It's tough because if you're ranking them purely, it's like, do you rank them on the entirety of their career? Do you rank them on some other metric, or do we rank them based on who we'd take right now? That's probably the easiest way in terms of who would you take right now. I'd probably leave it like that, to be honest. I know Sancho scored for Villa the other day, and I know he counts towards the English quota, but I think he's pants. So I'd probably leave it like that. Grace is glad that my plane didn't crash. I am also glad. I'm slightly annoyed that it was delayed. It was delayed by 2 hours. So a 2-hour flight was delayed by 2 hours, which ended up making it take 4 hours. But they said it was because of a fault with the plane. So it's probably good they fixed that. But yeah, all good. No crashes. No crashes to report. Ahmad is the black Messi, says Mr. Default. Is he that good? Or do we say that Messi is the Argentine Ahmad? Stefan says Marseille versus Liverpool was the best I've seen Liverpool all year. I'm so glad to hear that. And I say that vaguely sarcastically because it's the one game that I've missed. Not the one, but it's one of the games I've missed. And it's just my luck. I was thinking this the other day, to be fair, when I saw the score. It's just my luck in the game that I miss. It's one where Liverpool win convincingly away from home in the Champions League. But taking myself out of the equation, it's good to hear that the performance was good. So it wasn't just a fluky 3-0. If Stefan is saying the performance is good, then that's also encouraging. So let's hope they can carry this form into today's game. Grace says, me and Ash are dating now. She broke up with her girlfriend yesterday. Cool. Congratulations. Good stuff. Happy to hear that. Casemiro is leaving at the end of the season. means there's another player we can sign. To be honest, I don't think we can afford Casemiro's wages or his health bill. And to be honest, Casemiro looks like he's gonna have a heart attack. So what we can maybe do is we can hire you as a first aider, and so maybe we can hire both you and Casemiro as a package deal. Maybe that's the way we can make it work. Yeah, what's the suit as? Oh, salt. Salt. I thought that said suit. What is that? I don't know what that is either. Berticus P Maximus knows what I mean. Yeah, no, no sweets in the house. Because you always know they're there. Which means they all get consumed. I've fallen into the trap in the past of maybe buying a cake or maybe buying a pack of biscuits or cookies, as they are known, thinking, you know what, these will last me the week. They absolutely will not last me the week. I will eat them all in a single day. So it's easier for me just to not buy them, even though I love them. Mr. Default says a lot of Arsenal players are massively overrated. Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, Gyökeres, but he's new. You could probably extend it beyond that. Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, even Zinchenko. There was that time period where they were taking Man City's hand-me-downs. Salah is actually pressing today, which is a bit of a change. But yeah, I have noticed a tendency amongst certain Arsenal fans to claim that they have the best goalkeeper, the best defender, the best midfielder, the best attacker, the best toilet cleaner, the best window cleaner, the best groundsman, the best kitchen staff. And it's like, if you've got best of everything, why have you not won anything in God knows how long? Mario 64, then Super Mario Brothers 3. I've played Super Mario Brothers 3. I've actually never played Mario 64, but I've heard it's very good. You want to be known as Jonathan from now on. See, that proves that the name Jonathan has aura. I think it's a pretty cool name. Stefan says, quite a view from the top of Gellert Hill, isn't it? Yeah, it was weird because when I saw it from a distance, I was thinking, I absolutely cannot be bothered to climb up that thing because I haven't eaten. So I had to cross the bridge, which I believe is the Liberty Bridge. And then I was thinking, I just can't be asked to climb that thing. And then I said, you know what? I'll just follow this trail and see where it gets me. And then sure enough, that trail takes you right to the top. There used to be a youth hostel up there where I stayed many times. There were quite a few teenagers there, engaging in perhaps not fully legal activities, consuming substances which I'm not sure adhered to the law. So there were quite a few packets of teenagers around there, but it was nice. It was a really nice view of the bridge, really nice view of the city. I just wish it wasn't so icy, because I did almost kill myself. But other than that, it was pretty good. Leo, see, I've not called you Jonathan this time. Leo says, Sancho is one of my favourite players, especially when he was at Dortmund. But is he still one of your favourite players? Oh, that's tough. I mean, unfortunately, you'd have to put CR7 number 1. I'd leave it in. I'd leave it in that order. I'd go Ronaldo number 1, Salah number 2, Mane number 3. Grace is going to a trampoline park with bowling as well on Friday with Ash. Nice, good stuff. That's on your birthday, isn't it? See, I remembered. 30th. So sounds like a good day out for sure. Three Lung Park. Do you mean Jisung Park? Oh, it's Three Lung Park. Okay, so that's his name because he has a very good stamina, I believe. Stefan says, very unusual to see Liverpool score more than one or two. As you know, they normally stop at two maximum. Indeed, they do. Which is why I was thinking, you know what? I'm not going to miss much. This is going to be 1-0 or it's going to be 1-1. Or it's maybe going to be a 2-1. And yeah, to miss a 3-0 is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. I just hope they carry this form into the game today. Liverpool generally seem to do quite well in the Champions League. Had good result against Real Madrid, good result against Inter, good result against Marseille. I'm just hoping this form translates into the league. Jonathan had to go, but then switched to his other account. And Grace took the effort to say bye. And Grace is like, bruh. Odegaard or Bruno F. As much as I despise Bruno F, I'd have to go with Bruno F. They do have a good midfielder in Rice. I appreciate he cost a lot of money, but even then I do think he's a good player. Throw in. Liverpool still in the title charge. I wish. Very unlikely, to be honest. Berticus says, I hope this new formation works for Mo. I hope so too. I think now that Isak's injured and Ekitike has questions about his fitness, I think they're going to need to really get the best out of Salah. Jonathan says, bro, I'm forever Jonathan. No one is going to take it away from me. If you want to play, I would not play a chess match against you. You are the expert in chess. If I was to play a chess match against you, I think you would beat me within a matter of seconds. Grace says you got a good memory. Thank you. I think I have a pretty good memory with most things. Best Prem midfielder of all time. I mean, I'd go with Gerrard, but I appreciate I am biased. I'd go for Gerrard considering what he did in a team that was rubbish. Not just in a team that was rubbish, in multiple teams that were rubbish. I feel like every other good midfielder were operating in either good teams or expensive teams. But I appreciate, I'm probably slightly biased when I said that. Jonathan says, did I ever tell you that I'm really fast? I'm tempted to ask at what, but I'm concerned regarding what the answer will be. I am not capping. I fast and can run a lot. Nice. We could probably stick you on the pitch because this team needs a bit of pace, to be honest with you. Mr. Default says, in this formation are Kirkes and Frimpong going up and down the wings. That had always been my kind of hope for the season. That was what they were going to do. Because they'd bought a very attacking left back and they'd bought a very attacking right back. So I was thinking, great. We are just going to smother teams, get the fullback super high. We might concede one or two. And we've just conceded one right there. So that is fucking fantastic timing. I am like an oracle. Maybe I should put the lottery numbers on, because as soon as I say, you know what, if we have attacking fullbacks, we might concede one or two, and then this clown just smacks it in the goal. So. Evan Nielsen, in case you're wondering. So, in case people are wondering, the lottery numbers tonight are 16, 24, 11, and bonus number is 8, for the position that Liverpool are going to finish this season, 8th. What actually happened there? It was a long ball. Van Dijk tried to control it, miscontrolled it. Bournemouth player with a cutback. I mean, that's a perfectly good goal. I mean, I shouldn't really hear any complaints about that. to be honest with you. But let's see what happens. Grace says, want your daily joke? I think I've just seen my daily joke. But another joke is always good. Jonathan will never play for a shit club like Liverpool. To be honest, we could probably need you. We could stick you in defence or stick you up front. I think you do a decent job. SBO says Man City 2, Wolves 0, finally win and clean sheet. I'm glad to see that. I'm a bit annoyed though, because I triple captained Haaland today, thinking, you know what, Wolves are bottom. Haaland has taken a bit of flack recently. Therefore, he'll probably come back with a bang and score multiple goals. But Haaland was on the bench, and I triple captained him. So I'm having a great second half of the week. But that goal's been given. David says, looked like Alisson hurt his own player. Yeah, Joe Gomez. He kind of collided with him. I hope Gomez hasn't gone off, because Liverpool don't have Konate because his dad died a few days ago. And Gomez is all they've got, so let's hope he's still on the pitch. 8 for how many goals we're putting past Raya tomorrow? See, I wouldn't mind you putting 8 goals past Raya, but he is my goalkeeper on my fantasy team, so I'm slightly biased there. Gomez is not on the pitch because Gravenberch is centre-back, so what's happening there? But generally speaking, I do want you to win tomorrow. SBO says, Wolves 0, Man City 1. Yeah, Liverpool. Did Liverpool draw against Wolves? I don't even remember. Was that in December? Yeah, Joe Gomez ain't on the pitch. What's happening with Joe Gomez? Horse walked into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey," says, "How did you know?" That's pretty good. The thing is, he is at a bar, so they're probably going to charge him about £10 for that. Hey, but it is what it is. Mo Scout says, "I have been PFP." What does that mean? What does PFP mean? Oh, you're saying you have a new profile picture. Who is it? Is it Mbappe? I can't tell because it's quite small on my screen. Grace says, "What's made out of leather and sounds like a sneeze?" A shoe, right? I didn't know that joke. But I just thought of it now. It must be a shoe. Most Gal says, "Was there any hate towards United?" Not really. We spent most of the time hating towards Arsenal, to be honest. Saying their players are overrated, saying Saka's overrated, saying Saka has no end product. That's been the majority of the last 30 minutes. Grace says, "Players I'm neutral with." I've noticed my mom's at the end, but I'll read it anyway. Sanchez, Ramsey, Ozil, Mertens, and your mom. Why is my mom a neutral player? Should that not be... Is she not a good player? Because you're saying you're neutral. And what specifically about these players makes them neutral? I mean, if my mom can play defense, she'll probably do a better job than Joe Gomez. Yeah, a shoe. Is that a City fan? I didn't know they were actually real. They are real. I have learnt that recently as well, but they do exist. SVO says Arsenal 3-3 City is sorry, not City, United. Is that your prediction for the game tomorrow? 6 goals. 6 goals or 5 goals? To be honest, I would I want United to win tomorrow because I don't want Arsenal to win the league. So let's see what happens there. Fish's team beat Lazio, which is always good. Grace says, bruh. Jonathan says Liverpool shit as shit. And as soon as you say that, fucking Bournemouth score a fucking second goal. Honestly, like, I'm like an oracle of predictions today. Because as soon as I say something, Liverpool concede a second goal. What the F? What the hell just happened there? Can Casemiro play defence? Maybe we should stick him in Liverpool's defence if he's willing to take a wage cut. I'm just waiting to see what happened. The Bournemouth player is a mile offside though, so they should hopefully rule that one out. How you doing, Duke? What was Van Dijk doing there? I wish I had an answer for you. Thankfully, it looks like to me the Bournemouth player was a mile offside. Surely. Are they VARing it? Duke says he needs to go. I'm done. Is that Van Dijk or somebody else? Are they VARing it? They should VAR that and disallow that. That right winger for Bournemouth is a mile off. Onside! What the hell? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Is anybody seeing this? I could have sworn I would have bet anything that player was offside. Isabel's not particularly happy. I'm also not particularly happy. I could have sworn the right winger was offside there. What the hell is going on? Grace says, you're very unlucky today. I am very unlucky today. I missed one. I was saying this the other day. As soon as I miss a game, so I missed the Marseille game because I was not in the country. Liverpool performed great. I did say this. You know when you tagged me in the post and you said, you're on holiday, but Liverpool have won 3-0. What was the thing that I said? Did I not say, okay, Liverpool have won 3-0, but I bet you as soon as I stream on Saturday, they're going to get battered. And what happens? What happens? I mean, the secret to Liverpool winning is me just not watching them. That is that is clearly the secret. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't luck. It's Liverpool just playing rubbish, to be honest with you. They look a mess at the back. Duke says, slot mate, it's not good enough. We're going to miss top 4 at this rate. It is not good enough, but I appreciate your rhyming. That is Eminem. That is Eminem level lyricism. Slot mate, it's not good enough. We're going to miss top 4 at this rate. The mate and the rate is an impressive level of rhyming. But you're right, I agree with you. In a way, a loss is a good thing because they can't say, "Oh, you know, we're 17.6 games unbeaten. We're 19.32 games unbeaten. So everything's fine. Everything's fine." Is it F? Grace wants me to swear. The thing is, I've just come back from a holiday, so I'm a bit more relaxed. But I've got to bloody go back to work on Monday. So give it a few more. Give it a few more streams, and then the holiday will wear off, and the general stress level will go back up, and then I'll be swearing every 3 seconds again. But I'm fairly well rested, and the mind is kind of clear at the moment. Mr. Default is not watching this horror show. I do not blame you. Yeah, Isabel knows what I mean. Vert is more on the right now. I don't see this bunch. I don't see this bunch scoring. I don't see this team scoring. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say they're the worst club by any means. But they are playing pretty terribly. 2-0, that was unexpected. Liverpool started off better. It's a common story, to be honest with you. They start off aggressive. They start off full of energy. They start off running all over the place. And then after about 20 minutes, they're out of energy. Liverpool are very much like a boxer who throws all his punches in the first 3 rounds. So by the time he gets to the 4th round, he's absolutely exhausted. And then the easiest punch is just hitting him in the face. Because he threw 1,000 punches in the first 3 rounds. Same thing every single time. Mo Scout says you should stream more often. I know what you mean. I was in Budapest last week, which is next to your country, I believe. I believe Hungary is next to Serbia. So I was close to your neck of the woods last week, which was pretty good. I did say that. So for reference as to what I'm referring to, I was in Budapest last week, so I missed the Marseille game. And then Grace tagged me on a post saying, Liverpool did amazing. Liverpool won 3-0. Wirtz hits it wide. And I said, okay, that's great. That's great. But I bet you, as soon as I get back and as soon as I stream on Saturday, all the amazingness will go and Liverpool will lose. And what happens? It's painful being right. Stefan says you could have watched the game in a sports bar in Budapest. I could have done. The thing is, my itinerary was pretty packed. So on that night, which was the Wednesday, I got back to the hotel about half 9-ish, which is 8:30 UK time. So I caught the second half. Duke is a roofer for no reason. That's it. Spotify getting started for my rap career. Yeah, you mapped rate. You mapped mate. You can install a flat roof because Slot is a goof. What else? What else can we come up with? What are the roof rated puns do we know? Would you rather Liverpool win all the time and not be able to watch the games? No, not really. I like... For me, a lot of the fun is in the journey. I enjoy watching the games. I don't know if that's a selfish opinion, but just being honest. Or would you rather support a mid-table team and be able to watch? But if I supported a mid-table team, I was going to say like United, but I thought that's harsh. If I was to support a mid-table team, like the mid-table team battering us here today, I then would not get to... I then wouldn't feel the benefit of Liverpool winning, as weird as that is. Isabel says we definitely... Now there's 3 definitely here. Don't need defenders. Also, offloading Robertson and Curtis leaving would do good. The Robertson situation kind of came out of nowhere. But, bro, I don't know what's going. I presume with the Robertson situation, Robertson's asked to leave, which is fine. But then I'd hope and presume they would at least recall Costas then, because Liverpool can't have 1 left back. That's insane. To be honest with you though, I find it hard to get excited about new players at this point, because I just feel like the system is broken. And the tactics are broken, and I don't feel like the players have confidence in the manager. So I almost feel like if you were to add... I don't know, if you were to add Mbappe to this, if you were to add Camavinga to this, if you were to add anybody to this, I just don't feel like it would make much difference. I just feel like it's screwed at a higher level and a more pertinent level than that. So adding players in, I think you need to make a managerial change, unfortunately. Liverpool will be playing in the Championship before GTA 6. Hasn't GTA 6 been delayed again? What's happening with that? It's not a horror show, it's a rom-com. As in this is definitely a horror show. Grace says, I think you're crashing out today. Unlikely, because I'm quite relaxed because I've just come back from holiday. But otherwise I'd be a lot more annoyed. Fisher said what? To what? What are you referring to? Cengiz says you like Ardagula. Ardagula is good. He's pretty good player. But I mean, Ardagula is another one. I just feel like, in argument's sake, you could add Ardagula to this, but would it? I feel like players are just pieces of the puzzle. But even if you improve the players, I just feel like the tactics are just so bogus that it wouldn't make much of a difference. If you like Mario, what's your favorite Mario game of all time? To be honest, I've never been a huge Mario guy, to be honest. I've never been a massive Mario guy, even when I was younger. You know how in the past I've said I didn't really watch Disney when I was younger? I used to prefer, this is going to sound so bad, but I used to prefer things that were a bit more violent. So I didn't watch Disney, I watched Power Rangers, because Power Rangers was about fighting and it's a bit more violent. It's the same with Mario. I never got into Mario. I always preferred Mortal Kombat. Ooh, Liverpool have scored. Who's that? Is it Van Dijk? Liverpool have scored from a corner. Okay, that's better. Liverpool have scored. Was it Sabaz? I can't see who took the corner, but Van Dijk header. I'm just waiting for them to rule that out. So I won't update the score just yet. But it was a good header, to be fair. That's much more like it. Yeah, Isabel says I think it's Van Dijk. It kind of came off his back. if you see the replay, I'm not sure it actually hit his head. It kind of came off his back. As Reluctant Gamer says, Van Dijk back to save the game. Literally, because it came off his back. But we'll take it. It has not been disallowed. Jonathan says, Umar, your beard is ugly and you are stupid. Well, I can shave the beard, but you wouldn't like it. It's not a pretty sight. The beard gives me a fake jawline that I don't actually have. So It's you may think it's bad, but the alternative is far worse. I assure you. Yeah, came off his back. Yeah, as Isabel says, that's a bit mean, but that's all right. Have you seen the new trailer for Forza Horizon 6? I have not, to be honest with you. I know it's gonna sound like I hate every game. I've never been into cars or racing games so much. I'm looking forward to that Resident Evil game though. That should be good. The thing is, I wish I was into cars much because the game itself looks really good, but I've just never been much of a car guy. Cengiz is saying, ooh, I, what you saying? You like yourself? I, at times I like myself. Other times I can put up with myself. Yeah, it looks like they're playing underwater now. Oh, you said it in response to that. Charlotte said, I have an interesting fact. Liverpool once held a training session underwater as a team bonding exercise. And Duke says, looks like they are playing underwater now. Certainly looks like that. The way I've described it is, it looks like they're playing after just eating Christmas dinner half an hour ago. Like they just stuffed themselves full of food and then got onto the pitch. Which is probably why they have a burst of energy immediately, but then eventually that catches up with them. But scoring before half time is a lot better than going in 2-0 down. Mr. Default says predictions for tomorrow. I think it will be a draw, between Arsenal and United. I'm not sure I'll be able to stream that one. But I think it will be a draw. Reluctant Gamer says, I'd rather watch all the games than just hearing about my team winning every game. I want to see the success. I know what you mean, and I think a lot of the fun is in the watching and is in the journey of how you get there. I wouldn't just want to say, hear about the result and be happy if we win and sad if we lose. I feel like a lot, even though this is weird, a lot of the fun is in the watching, not necessarily in the winning. I know that sounds lame, and I do think I'm kind of lame for saying that. But the winning is like, yeah, you lift a trophy and it's fun. You've got 5 seconds of entertainment. But the watching, you've got hours of I mean, this isn't entertainment, but I think you know what I mean. Isabel says, honestly, write off this season if they both leave. I'm starting to write off this season already. I started to write off the season after that PSV loss at Anfield. Do you remember the one where it was Liverpool 1, PSV 4? That was the point where I started to become quite concerned. And I know what you mean as well, but it's almost like, yes, right after the season, but I'm also curious regarding what are they going to do to rectify this in the summer to ensure the same thing doesn't happen next year. I almost wouldn't want them to just buy a few players and then hope it fixes itself, because I feel like the problems are deeper than that. Grace says, I don't want Robbo to leave. I don't want him to leave either. But unfortunately, I think he's going to want regular football. Fish also does not want him to leave. I am proper behind on the comments. I'm doing my best to catch up. Damn, that was sent at 6:13, and I'm about 9 minutes behind. But I am I am getting there. Reluctant Gamer says Salah is playing, so you think most Liverpool fans will say we lost because Salah's back in the squad? I can't lie, that thought did come to my head. I didn't say it out loud, but that did come into my head. But let's see. There's a whole second half to go. SPO is rooting for United against Arsenal. I'm also rooting for United against Arsenal because I'd rather you win the league than Arsenal. Mr. Defoe is going to be over the moon after we beat Arsenal. If you're over the moon, you could probably catch Alexis McAllister's last shot, because I believe that's where the last 5 shots he's taken have ended up. So if you could bring the balls back when you return to Earth, that will be hugely appreciated, because footballs are not cheap. GTA is out at the end of 2026, hopefully. They keep delaying it, but to be honest, I don't really mind them delaying it if it means they'll get the game right. Fish did predictions, good stuff. I will have to check those out. And you know that I check them out because I always leave a comment. So that proves I'm not just saying I check out your football predictions. I always check them out. Slat tried making a FIFA team. I did kind of feel a bit like that in the summer. Granted, I didn't foresee things going quite this badly, but part of me did feel like a lot of the signings felt kind of Hollywood type of signings, whereas United, as an example, did not make Hollywood signings. So Mbeumo was not a Hollywood signing. That Sens Lamens guy, he was not a Hollywood signing. Even Cunha, I would say, was not a Hollywood signing because you bought him from Wolves. Sesko may be Hollywood-ish signing, but you can argue that was the worst one. That's the one that has worked out the least. Whereas Liverpool were making Hollywood signings in terms of Isak, Ekitike. But to be honest, I thought, you know what, they know what they're doing. They won the league. I'm sure they know what they're doing. And I get it. I do think the Isak injury has hurt them. But equally, a lot of the mistakes are at the back. They are not up front. So I don't know if they can blame that entirely. What's your prediction for United Arsenal tomorrow? Also stream. I think it will be a draw. Not sure if I'll be able to stream yet, but I can try my best. Stefan says Bayern lost at home today. First league lost all season. Nice. That's good to see. It's always boring when a team just walks the league, beats absolutely everybody. I mean, unfortunately, they will probably still win the league, but it's nice to see. It's nice to see. It's nice to see a bit of variability. Grace says Umar not ugly, and I like his beard. Thank you. Appreciate that. See a bit of support. Isabel says you seem lovely to me. I think Jonathan's a bit annoyed for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I keep referring to him as Jonathan instead of Johnny. But I would argue the name Jonathan, it carries a bit of weight. You know, it's very serious and very formal. That's my excuse at least. Yeah, I've never been. Those Need for Speed games, they were very big when I was at school, and I was never into them. The exception is the Burnout games. You know, the games where you kind of half the purpose is to just bash into the other car and take it out of the race. Those games were fun, the Burnout games, but I'd argue they were not traditional racing games. Fish says, have you got Panini stickers book? I have not, which is a good reminder, to be honest, because you were telling me to get those Panini things and do a unboxing. But I thought, are Panini stickers or are they cards? You'll have to give me a bit of background on that. Charlotte says, if you could be any animal for a day, which would you be? I would go with bat, because bats are blind, which means I would not have to watch this. So bat would be good, or any blind animal would be fantastic. Isabel says, hopefully a draw. Agreed. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But even then, I almost feel like we're a bit desperate for a draw today. And then tomorrow would feel like a draw was not good enough. So a draw at the very least, but hopefully a win. Bring Ekitike on at the start of the second half, says Duke. You definitely see the difference when Ekitike is on the pitch and when Ekitike is not on the pitch. When Ekitike is on the pitch, Liverpool have a focal point. They've got a bit more aggression and a bit more unpredictability up front. Whereas with Gakpo, they have absolutely none of that. So they could bring Ekitike on in the second half. I'm just curious as to why he didn't start, because if he's got some sort of injury, then it might be 60 minutes at best. Michael says, hope you're well, bud. Yeah, all good. I just got back from holiday yesterday, so I'm pretty good. How are you? I'm missing the game. I'm working, so missing the game. How did we play? Where has it gone wrong? I would say defensively it's gone wrong. You could make the argument both Bournemouth goals were defensive mistakes. And that isn't an excuse. If anything, that is something that needs to be fixed, and that's something that needs to be worked on. Yeah, I'd say there were two perhaps defensive mistakes for the goals, but Van Dijk did get a goal back. So that's a pretty terrible summary. But two defensive mistakes, but at least Van Dijk got one back. Jonathan says, last time I showered was 3 years ago. I assure you it was not 3 years ago. It was about 2 hours ago. Reluctant Gamer thinks Arsenal will drop points. I hope so. Edit says, final score prediction for this game. I'm gonna go with 3-2 Liverpool, but that's because I'm a deluded clown. Stefan says 15 miles a day for 3 days. Indeed. How did you feel physically doing that? To be honest, fine. All good. When I'm doing that, it's not 15 miles in one go. So I'll do 5 miles. And then if I'm near the hotel, I might go back to the hotel, just maybe rest for 30 minutes or an hour. I'm also constantly eating as I'm doing that. And I've noticed as well, if I have pizza does not heal me from walking. If I have chicken, it does a decent job of healing my muscles from walking. Whereas if I eat beef, I am then buzzing, and then I can then run. Not run, I don't like run. I can then walk another 100 miles. So I've learnt what repairs my muscles versus what doesn't repair my muscles, and therefore I kind of focus on those foods. So as I said, if I just have carbohydrates, I might have a bit of pain the next day. If I have chicken, because of the protein, I should be okay, but I might not. But if I have beef, so if I have maybe like a beef burger or something, then that will rejuvenate me, and I'll be perfectly fine. So I've learned through trial and error how to optimize my walking, but it's based very heavily on what I eat, I'd say. As weird as that is. Grace didn't go to the Middlesbrough match. Mom did not want to go. Fair enough. 15 miles a day is not that difficult. I think that's a lot of walking. For me that's a fair amount. So 45 miles in 3 days. Rugtech Gamer says, would you want Slot sacked before the season ends? When will you say sack him? I think the question on sacking him is highly dependent on who you can bring in to replace him. I just feel like sacking him and then thinking, oh my God, now what do we do? That I would not like. I would like some sort of plan. Because sacking the manager is one thing, but the other half of the equation is who do you bring in to replace him. So I would probably reverse it. I would not base the decision based on when you want to sack Slot. I would reverse that and say, instead of basing the decision on Slot, base the decision on your replacement. Let's, for argument's sake, say it's Alonso. Base your decision and your timing around Alonso based on when Alonso wants to come in. If Alonso says, I don't want to come in until next season. Oh, Robertson's coming on. Interesting. If Alonso says, I don't want to come in until next season, I think you're going to have to hold on until then. Whereas if Alonso says, I'll come in around March time, then base your decision around that. So I would want them to base the decision around the solution. Kirkes is off. Why is Kirkes coming off? What's the reason for that? And I thought Robertson was going to Spurs. But Kirkes is on for Robertson. Was Kirkes really bad? Or is Kirkes injured? What's going on here? Just slightly confused. Oh, they won 4-0. You missed that game. You must know how I feel about the Marseille game. I'm just setting the timer back. Jonathan says he will win the Champions League this season. You single-handedly? That's quite impressive. Second half started. Give me a second. Oh, give me a sec. TikTok is just disconnected because I wasn't putting the dots in the chat. It says you've been disconnected because of inactivity. I'm not inactive. I'm right here. Give me a sec. Okay, that should be fixed. Bournemouth corner. Isabel made a really good short rib the other night. Red wine sauce on the mash. Nice. Sounds pretty good. Did that take a while to make? And is that something you've made before, or was that a new recipe? But it sounds pretty good. I'm a bit annoyed because, side note, so I ordered my shopping from Asda yesterday, and they delivered it today. And I had 26 items, and 9 items were missing. 9 items were missing in my shopping. So I was gonna make this feta pasta thing, and they've delivered the tomatoes, but they haven't delivered the feta. And then I called Asda up, and they said, we're going to reject your refund because you have lots of items missing and it's suspicious. And I'm like, what? You haven't delivered the items. Check Check your cameras, check your internal processes, check your checklist. You simply haven't delivered the items. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I was going to do a bit of cooking tomorrow, but they've only delivered half the damn stuff. But that sounds pretty good, what you've made there. A new recipe. It did take a little while, but not too long. That's always good. That's always good. I've got a really good beef stir fry recipe where there are about 10 ingredients that have to go into the sauce. Let me see if I can find it. It's amazing. So into the sauce, I've put hoisin, I don't know how you pronounce that, sesame oil, honey, sriracha, sweet chili sauce, garlic puree, rice vinegar, and chili. And that's my favorite recipe. But yeah, the time it takes. Is it hoisin? Hoisin. Yeah, that's my favorite recipe, but I just don't like how long it takes to make it. And then I have to slice the beef, put the beef in corn flour, and then it's just a bit of a pain. But yeah, if Asda failed to deliver half your order as they've done for me, that limits my cooking ability. Reluctant Gamer says Ekatike needs to be on. Is he on yet? I don't see him. Jonathan will cry. That's a shame. Isabel says, if you could be an animal for a day, I'd be Godzilla and I'd stop all the terrible things happening in the world. That is a good suggestion. I mean, if anything, that's better than mine. Yours was selfless. You were saying you'd save the world, whereas I said I wanted to be a bat. I wanted to be a bat so that I'd be blind and not have to watch this game. Cop Chronicle to say, bro, can we concentrate on the game? After the first half, I'm trying my best, but this they make it Liverpool make it hard. Yeah, can you stop saying R.I.P. Grace? Just say R.I.P. Jonathan. That pees Jonathan off. Isabel says, personally, I think the top three for the job are Xabi Alonso, Luis Enrique, or Glasner. I'd take Alonso or Enrique, but Alonso is definitely my favorite. Those are good choices. I think my choice out of those would also be Alonso. I think the thing is with Alonso, he's got the connection to Liverpool, having played there in the past. I appreciate that didn't do him much good at Madrid, but they are a law unto themselves. But he's got that connection with Liverpool, and he's also got that connection with Wirtz and Frimpong. So I just feel like he'd be able to get the best out of them. So if Liverpool were to get Alonso, I'd be quite happy with that. I'd be decently happy with Enrique. I wouldn't want Glasner, to be honest. So if we can get Alonso, that would be ideal. Man City says Semenyo and Gahey scoring at Anfield. We will be there. The thing is, Semenyo is in my fantasy team, so if he scores, it's not the end of the world. The thing is with the Mark Gahey situation, Liverpool can't even be annoyed. Liverpool can't even be annoyed about that situation because Liverpool left it until the last day, and then they failed to get the deal done. And just because Liverpool have waited 3 months, it doesn't suddenly mean the price is going to be the same. Like, even if you go to the shop and you have your eye on something, 3 months later, the price is higher. So I don't think Liverpool can be annoyed about the Mark Gahey situation because it's their fault for not wrapping the deal up in the summer. Why would they leave it until the very last second and then have a level of entitlement to think he's going to wait around? That's the way I see it. They should have wrapped it up last year. And it's their own fault that they. Oh my God, Endo is on. What the hell is going on? Endo. I mean, I love Endo, but these are interesting subs. Yeah, terrible first half. I don't want Glasner near the club either. Fish has changed to his Matty Cash account. Oh, bro. Was that the one? Was that the one to Salah? McAllister. Bournemouth have every man behind the ball, which is a good thing in a way. The downside is it means Liverpool have to break down a low block, which is the one kind of block they cannot break down. Mitchell says bring Isak on. That would be probably a good idea, because I think Isak with one leg and one knee would probably perform better than some of these players who are fit. So I'd be all for that, to be honest. There's a corner here. So they did score from the last corner. Nothing happens with that one. Yeah, it's looking better. It's looking better, but I hope this is not kind of what we saw in the first half, where Liverpool have a lot of energy at the start. They throw about 300 punches at the start, but then they get tired and then they concede. Can Salah win another golden boot? I don't think Salah is winning a silver boot or a bronze boot or a leather boot. Fish, how many accounts do you have, Fish? I mean, it's pretty cool, but have you ever totaled how many different accounts you have? Frimpong. Yeah, can you stop saying R.I.P. Grace? I mean, R.I.P. Liverpool would make R.I.P. Liverpool would make a lot more sense. There you go. You can say R.I.P. Liverpool. Salah taking a corner. Salah's last corner was decent. Before AFCON. Let's see this one. This one was shit. Sorry. Like the last two corners, right, have gone straight into the keeper's hands. Liverpool 67% possession, 8 attempts. Bournemouth 33% possession, 3 attempts, but they're still on top. To make matters worse, it has just started raining. Oh, Ekatike is coming on, and Jones is coming on. What's the 1978 about? Ekatike is coming on for McAllister. Interesting. McAllister looks exhausted, but to be honest, he see that's how I know this is Fish's alternate account. Fish despises McAllister more than anything. Frimpong's coming off. Huh. Frimpong off, McAllister off, Jones on, Ekatike on. I don't even know what the formation's going to be here. Isabel says, to be fair, Frimpong hasn't been playing that well. Yeah, he hasn't been too great today. Gakpo wide. Ben says, if Liverpool score, who's most likely to do it? I mean, it's probably most likely for Jesus to descend from the heavens and then divinely deposit the ball into the back of the net, because I don't see any of these lot scoring, to be honest. But to be honest with you, probably Ekatike. Ekatike has just come on, at 60 minutes. So even though Ekatike has been on the pitch for about 5 seconds, I'd probably say Ekatike. Yeah, Jonathan's rage bait doesn't. Life is Life says Gakpo might be the worst player I've ever laid my eyes on. He is starting to irritate me. He's extremely predictable. To the point where I'm a clown. I know nothing. But even I know exactly what Gakpo is going to do. And I don't mean to be harsh. This is going to sound harsh. But he's not particularly fast. He's not particularly skillful. And for a guy who's 6'4", he's not a particularly good header of the ball. So I just don't understand. Liverpool are begging for a penalty. It's like, no, stop begging for a penalty. Just get a goal. It's Bournemouth. Gakpo, I'm starting to feel like is a bit of a waste of a spot. Grace is the nicest person. Stefan says, did you watch the calamity of the AFCON final? I did not. I saw that Senegal won, but why was it a calamity? Was it a refereeing calamity or was it a footballing calamity? Isabel says Frimpong and Gakpo are both kind of that, to be honest. True. I guess Frimpong at least has the raw speed, which and if you have raw speed, I guess that makes you kind of unpredictable. Whereas with Gakpo, I just know exactly what he's going to do every single time. Life is Life has a suggestion. Joe Linton him. Convert him into a midfielder. You might be onto something. Change his diet slightly. Get him a bit beefier, and then could work as a midfielder. Evan says, has Ekatike come on? Yeah, he's come on at 60 minutes, so about 2 minutes ago. K4 says, reckon Paddy gets flopped tonight as well. I think they're going to want him to win because I think they're going to want to set up the Ilya Topuria Paddy fight because they've got a bit of a rivalry from when Paddy called him a mongrel a few years ago. So I think they're going to want him to win. But it's a big... So he's fighting Gaethje, isn't he? That's a big step up. It's going to be close. Paddy could get the submission, Gaethje could get the knockout or get flopped, as K4 said. Selfishly, I wouldn't say like I'm a Paddy fan, but I hope he wins just to set up the Topuria fight because I think that would be quite good. Grace says, I'm a big fan of Umar too. Appreciate that. I'm also a big fan of you. And the jokes that you tag me in. Jones, the problem is, right, Liverpool's counterattacks are so slow to the point where I just don't even to the point where I just don't even get slightly excited about them anymore. Like, what's the point? There's pretty much no players with any sort of raw speed in this team. So a counter-attack is kind of fruitless because whilst your players are trying to counter, they're not fast enough to do it. And meanwhile, the opposition gets all their players back. So this team just can't counter because they're too slow to counter. Because whenever they try to counter, every Bournemouth player has run back. Life is Life says, our board are the same board that said Gueye wasn't needed. We're down to 2 centre-backs. They're the same board that left that to the very last day of the transfer window. Ooh, Gravenberch with the shot goes wide. I'm more annoyed that they left that to the last day of the summer transfer window. It's like doing your homework at the very last second. If they wanted Gueye, they should have got it done a week before, 2 weeks before. The fact that they left it so late is kind of infuriating. K4 says if he doesn't take him to the ground early, I reckon he's in deep waters. Yeah, he could be. I don't think Paddy's ever fought a striker like Justin Gaethje before. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I don't think he has. So it's definitely a big test. It definitely is a big test. Umar, interesting name, says, why are you laughing? Liverpool are losing. Because I can laugh or cry. But laughing is better than crying. Life is Life says, can we all agree we should have sold Jones and kept Tyler Morton? Apparently Tyler Morton's doing very well at Lyon. So you might be onto something. The weird thing is about this though, I just feel like you could insert whichever players you wanted into this, and I don't think it would make a difference because tactically the setup is just so whack. Robertson cross, nothing happens. Tactically the setup is so whack that whichever players you add to this, I just almost feel like it wouldn't make any sort of difference. Trying to play like Arsenal, trying to play like PSG instead of playing to their strengths. Moose says, Tail, yeah, there's no pace in this team. There's just no pace in this team if you think about it. Salah's not as fast as he once was, which is fine. That in itself isn't an issue because you can't rely on the guy for an entire decade. But if you look at everybody else, Isak is not rapid. Ekitike is not rapid. Gakpo's slower than me. Where's the pace gone? The pace is playing for Bayern now in Luis Diaz, and the other bit of pace is playing in Saudi in Nunes. So they just completely sucked all the pace out of the team in the summer. Mr. Default says United. Stefan says Senegal players all walked off the pitch for about 15 minutes after Morocco awarded a dubious penalty. I see. Oh, and was that the whole thing? Was that the whole thing about Mane trying to get them back on the pitch? So that must have been what that whole thing was about. Ekitike also needs to stop dyeing his hair. It's just not a good look. Morocco missed the penalty, went into extra time. Senegal win. It was bonkers. I might need to check that out then, or at least check out the highlights. What I can say is, that's me at the moment. That's how bad it is. I'm like, has he seriously dyed his hair? Because I don't think that's working for him. Personally, I would have done something different. That's the levels that we have been reduced to. DK says, do you think Liverpool will score? It's not impossible, but it is unlikely. But they are 20 minutes. Jonathan says, bad boys, what you want. What you going to do when Sheriff John Brown comes for you? Tell me what you want to do, what you going to do. Yeah, bad boys, what you going to do? I mean, what we're going to do is not score a goal. What we're going to do is move the ball very, very slowly and hope it somehow finds itself in the back of the net. That's what we're going to do. And we are going to whack it into the box and hope we get a penalty. That's what we're going to do. Frimpong is quick, yeah. Frimpong is the only one with a bit of pace. Life is Life says Rio has pace, but his bench Frimpong has pace. Use him as a defensive right back. The whole Rio situation is weird because they almost scored a third. Because the whole kind of talking point in the summer was they are not going to buy a replacement for Diaz because they don't want to block Rio's path. So everybody said, great, okay. So instead of having Gakpo and Diaz, like we had last season, we're going to have Gakpo and Rio. So Rio, he's an amazing prospect. This means that he gets game time. That was the thinking in the summer. But the poor guy cannot seem to get more than a couple of minutes here and there. So I don't kind of understand that situation. And it's very frustrating because whenever Rio plays in the cups, he looks great. The defenders look absolutely terrified of him. He looks energetic, he looks pacey, he's unpredictable. So whenever the poor guy is let out of his prison for like 5 seconds, he's amazing. So why are they keeping the poor guy locked up? Play him. Because you said you didn't want to block his pathway. And they are completely blocking his pathway. Jonathan says, did you like the song? What song is that? You'll have to... Oh, the Bad Boy song. The Bad Boy song was good. To be fair, it was more entertaining than watching this team. Isabel says, I don't know. Apparently we're looking at Yan Diomande. Oh, Gakpo. Oh, Rio's on. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. We were saying... We were bigging up Rio, saying, why does the poor guy not come on? He's on now. They've given him 20 minutes, which is 19 minutes more than he normally gets. I don't want to sound silly, but I feel like Rio is going to score 6 goals and Liverpool are going to win this 7-2. But Yan Diomande would be good. 100%. I almost want to see more than just kind of buying players in the summer. Whether that's a managerial change, I don't know. But I'm just concerned. Even if they insert better players into this, it still won't be quite good enough. Jonathan's apologized to Grace, which is always good. Life is Life says 2-2 late goal and then we throw it away. I do think there are more goals in this, especially with Rio on the pitch now. Even a draw though, like I know we really want to draw right now, but I feel like tomorrow would be really disappointed with a draw. So I really would like a win. Ekatike goes down, no penalty. I do think he dived, to be honest with you. Yeah, poor kid only gets let out when we're losing. Not gonna lie, get Alonso in back three with Kirkez, Frimpong, wing backs. That could work. The only thing is they'd have to maybe buy quite a few centre backs, because if you think about it, they've got Van Dijk, who would be in the last year of his contract. They would have Konate, who might not be there because he might leave on a free. They will have Gomez, who is probably going to be in a wheelchair soon. So I feel like to make that work, they'd have to buy quite a few centre backs. Grace says, we are playing so crap. Indeed, it is the story of our season. It makes me slightly happier that I did predict this the other day when you tagged me in that Marseille post. That makes things slightly better, but not significantly. Ahmed says, who do you want to win tomorrow? United win means above Liverpool. I would take a United win tomorrow, purely because I don't want Arsenal to win the league. That is what I have been reduced to. Tahur says, what's Rio gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing. I think he'll do a bit, which is still infinitely more than Gakpo, who does nothing. I mean, Rio just beat his fullback there. Beat his fullback and put a cross in. That's more than Gakpo's done in the last year. Will says, do you think slot out? I think that's just half of the equation. Slot out dependent on who you can get in to replace him. If you have a long-term plan regarding getting Alonso in, getting Enrique in, then yes. But if there's no long-term plan right now, then I wouldn't want a short-term plan, because I feel like interims and all that, they just move the problem to a later date. Fucking Endo just misses the ball. Generally speaking, yes, but I'd want a proper long-term plan. Robertson with a bit of energy there, but loses the ball. Dot has had enough, says slot out. Yash says, what's the game saying? Not much, to be honest. I'm jealous that you've just tuned in, because you have not wasted 77 minutes of your life like I have. Nothing much has happened, to be honest with you. 2 defensive mistakes. Liverpool conceded 2. And that's not an excuse, because the defensive mistake should not happen. But Liverpool conceded 2 and then Van Dijk got 1 back. Harvey says, people are saying slot out, but who would you get in? I would potentially get you in, because I think you could do a better job. But if you are not available, or if Liverpool are not willing to offer the wages that you ask, I would like Alonso. Failing that, Enrique. I don't really want Glasner, to be honest with you, but Alonso would be my first choice. But mostly for romantic reasons. Free kick, yeah. Just, 15 yards out. So Bosla is naturally going to take this, considering he scored the last one. Grace is back. Grace says, I'm the man of the match. To be honest, I am probably the man of the match, and you're probably also the player of the match, because we've done more than this bunch of 11 frauds on the pitch. So Bosla is looking very intense, and if he's looking that intense, he's not going to score. Oh shit, he's fucking scored. I'm saying, so Bosla is looking very intense, and if he's looking that intense, he's not going to score, and then he whacks it in. So it's 2-2. We'll take that. I'll take that. That's good enough. Salah kind of backheeled the free kick, and then Szoboszlai killed it in. Szoboszlai killed it in far corner. Pretty boring game, but it is 2-2. We got 10 minutes. to get a winner. That's 2 goals for 2 for Szoboszlai now. Harvey would consider the Liverpool job. I think you're in with a shot. Yash says, Andoni Iraola would be a good fit for you, but you don't have players that press. I know what you mean. I know they're players that can press, but I don't think they're particularly good at it. So Iraola would work, but I think he'd need quite a few new players. Duke would want Enrique. Enrique would be a good shout. I'd want Alonso as my number 1 choice, but if Alonso doesn't want to join, I'd be happy with Enrique. I've got a really bad feeling that absolutely nothing happens in the summer, and they don't make a change. But let's see. Isabel says, talking of centre-backs, Liverpool have just brought up 3 young centre-backs for our academy. Yes, that Senegalese one in particular looked really good. And how do I know that? I watched one YouTube compilation and I was convinced at that point. So that's the level of background knowledge I have. But he did look good. He was definitely a ball-playing centre-back because he was a very good passer. The biggest rumours are Schlotterbeck, Bastoni, Lukeba, Ordonez, Senesi, Araujo, and Van de Ven. The funny thing is, all of those are probably better than Konate. So I'd take any of those. It might end up coming down to wages, because we know Liverpool pay good money, but not the top tier money. So it might come down to whoever accepts the lowest wages. Fish says, what the hell? As in, what the hell? How is it 2-2? Szoboszlai scored. It was a free kick. Salah backheeled the free kick, and then Szoboszlai curled it far corner. So it was a pretty well made move. What is hilarious is they had a player lying down under the wall, because the last game, in the Marseille game, Szoboszlai scored under the wall, so Bournemouth put a player there. Grace says, ooh, nice goal. It was a nice goal. What hat you wearing on Wednesday? I don't know. It depends whether I do laundry today. It depends whether I wash all my shirts or not, or I just wear an old shirt. This one's a kind of greyish. Maybe the white one, potentially. Salah is the best player in Liverpool, says Tottenham Hotspur. He has been for the past 8 odd years. You could definitely say in recent times. Harvey says, who would you want to replace Salah? Oh, don't let Bournemouth score! Oh, Jesus Christ, that just went wide. There's rumours about Elise, who apparently will be available for 49 million release clause. I wouldn't mind that. I think ultimately whoever they get is unlikely to be as good as prime Salah was that they got from Roma. Like, he's unlikely to be that level. But if Elise is available, he's not prime Salah level, but he's very good. So he'd probably be a good option, I think. Fish says, I look like that. I've Googled this before, Fish. This is a robot. I will Google it since you asked. What the hell is this thing? This is a dinosaur. Is it because I'm wearing red? I mean, I see the resemblance. What are all these things that you always make me Google? I have no clue. I have no clue what these things are, and I have no clue what they are from. So I'm learning things at the very least. Hungarian Prince scored the equalizer. Now, if the Hungarian Prince could get a winner, we will then be able to call him the Hungarian King, or maybe the Hungarian Queen if he prefers that. But let's hope we can get one more. Oh, did I say that the last time? Oh, just gone wide. Oh God! It just kind of rolled past the goal from Wirtz. No, the keeper actually saved it. Actually, to be fair, I think there's one more goal in this. To be honest. There's definitely one more goal in this. Could Ekitike surpass expectations in his debut season? I think he has. I think he's been amazing. So you could, out of all the signings, you'd probably say Ekitike is the one that has surpassed the expectations the most. Robertson's to Jones. Jones, why are you dummying the ball? There's nobody behind you. Why are you dummying the ball when you're in the box? Like, stop trying to be too intelligent. Like, he dummied the ball and then the keeper just picked it up. Yeah, it's why did he dummy it? Just keep it simple, man. I don't like the fact that Bournemouth are still getting chances. They've just hit it over. But that should not be happening. Grace says, have you had a good day? It's been interesting. So I got back yesterday and I was extremely jet lagged. So then I did my shopping online from Asda. I don't normally buy from Asda, but Asda had a delivery slot available today. So I said, great. So then I got my Asda shopping delivered today, 26 items, and they were missing 9 of them. And they didn't give me a substitution, they just missed them. So I've had half my shopping delivered. So I've had to complain about that. Which also means after this game, I'm going to have to go to the shop and buy all the stuff that was missing. So that was annoying. But other than that, not too bad. Bro, what the hell was that? That's potentially the worst pass I've ever seen. I don't like this 4-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2. Why play with different formation and not put Ekitike over Gakpo? It looks like a 3-2. To be honest, I don't know what this formation is. But we'll see. We'll see if they can get a third goal. That is true. Grace does listen. Fluffy says, how are we looking? Not great. Liverpool did go down 2-0, but on the positive, they brought it back to 2-2. I'd say it's the usual rubbish, to be honest with you. The other annoying thing about a draw is that it continues the notion of, oh, we're 16.3, we're 16 games unbeaten, we're 19 games unbeaten. So the fact that it's going to be another draw makes that whole conversation continue. But to sum up, I'd say it's the same thing. If you haven't seen the game, it's the same thing you've probably seen 50 times over. Which is fantastic. I don't know. It says, honestly, I'll take a draw because we were 2-0 down at half time, so I'll take it. From that perspective, yeah. But I almost feel like tomorrow you'd be so annoyed that I feel like tomorrow, once it sinks in, you'd be I'd definitely be so annoyed that they lost another 2 points. So whilst getting a draw from the desperation is a positive, I think once the reality sets in, we'll be like, probably should have done a bit better there. Grace says, football is so boring to watch nowadays. Is that just me? It's not just you. This Liverpool team is very boring to watch. But, bro, just he was on the edge of the box, right? He should have just taken a shot, but he tried to pass it. Why are we trying to pass the ball into the goal? Can any of these clowns just hit the ball at the net? Like, if you are on the edge of the box and there's absolutely nobody next to you, why not just take a shot at the giant effing net, which is right there? Why do we have to always do 500 passes and walk the ball into the goal? That is becoming annoying as hell. Just take a damn shot. Like, you are so close to the goal that if you hit it hard enough, it's probably going to go in. And if it doesn't go in, it will take a deflection and something exciting might happen. It's just hit it at the fucking goal. Why are they passing it? Fucking hell. They're on the edge of the box. They are literally on the edge of the box. Why are they passing it 100 times? Like David has said, pass. You're right there. Just hit it. Hit the ball. Fucking hell, man. It's just happening time and again. I'm getting effing pissed off now because they are literally trying to walk the ball into the goal. If any of these clowns had just fucking hit the ball there, it would have gone in, or it would have taken a deflection, or maybe something would have happened. You can't pass it into the goal because Bournemouth have 20 players in the box. Just hit it. Guess what? If you hit it and the ball goes back, Bournemouth don't have anybody there, so you'll have another attempt. And if you hit it again and the ball gets cleared, Bournemouth don't have anybody that side of the equator, so you'll have another attempt. Just hit it. Getting annoyed. Getting pissed off. They're so irritating me because there were at least 3 or 4 opportunities there where anybody could have taken a shot and it would have gone in because you were so close to the goal. You were so damn close. Just whack it. Just hit it. You don't have to hit it hard. You can hit it along the floor. This insistence on passing it left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. It's like it's never gonna go in. It's the silliest, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's annoying. Grace says breathe. They just will not take a shot. I do not understand how you can be on the edge of the box with nobody in front of you. There's nobody in front of you, and you still elect to pass it sideways, or you still elect to wait. You still elect to wait for a second to then let that guy get in front of you. I'm literally losing the will to live. And Bournemouth have fucking scored. Now it's fucking 3-2. Of course it's fucking 3-2. What? That's what we should expect. That's literally what we fucking deserve. Because we're trying to pass it left, pass it right, pass it left, pass it back, stick the ball up my arse. They don't stick the ball in the net. What do you expect? This is literally what they deserve. That's so many chances just to hit the ball into the effing net. But you know what? We're gonna pass the ball left. We're gonna pass the ball right. We're gonna do pirouettes on the ball like we're ballerinas. Get this bunch of get them a bunch of tutus so that they can do this. So that they can do this permanently, because this is the only thing that they're good at. They had at least when it was 2-2, they had at least 3 opportunities where they had the ball at the edge of the box, and instead of shooting the fucking ball, they decide to pass it sideways, pass it left, pass it right, pass it up, pass it down. Maybe you know, do a little pirouette. They'll do everything apart from take a fucking shot at the net. And I would understand. I would understand if the shot was blocked, but the thing is, the reason why that it was 2-2, right? It was 2-2, and they had a good 4-5 opportunities where nobody was in front of them, and they were right on the edge of the box, and they could have easily just hit the ball. There were goals that I could have scored. But they don't hit the ball. They don't hit the ball at the effing net. They just don't take a shot. Just pass it left, pass it right. I don't understand. Why would you not take a shot? And it's not just one person. Wirtz did it. Jones did it. Gakpo did it. But Gakpo always does that. Why don't they take shots? Why don't, like, you can't, it's this whole fetish, and it's not an obsession, it's literally a fetish with, we need to find the perfect opportunity, we're more patient. If you wait forever for the perfect opportunity doesn't always arise. You don't always have the perfect opportunity. Sometimes you have to take the 70% opportunity. Sometimes you have to take the 60% opportunity. Sometimes you got to take the 40% opportunity. No, you don't always have the 100% opportunity. You bunch of complete idiots. They're just going to pass it left, pass it right, pass it back. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to take a shot. I'm just going to wait. Think about what I'm going to have for dinner, and think about what shitty Instagram post I'm going to make about, we're going to go again. Fuck you. Don't go again. Don't even go once. Like, if you're going to go again, go to the train station and don't fucking come back. Fucking go again. I bet you they're going to post that fucking shite again. The annoying thing is, they had so many opportunities, and they just will not take a fucking shot. Just will not take a fucking shot. It's the fact that they had the opportunities and they refuse to hit it at the goal. which in many ways is worse than not having the opportunity at all. Grace says, "Are you genuinely okay?" I am okay. I'm just getting very, very sick and tired of this team. It's getting so sick and tired. In a way, this is what I mean in terms of, life is life. Did call it. In terms of, I don't see how adding different players. I don't see how adding different players is going to make any sort of difference. Like let's say Semenyo, for example. Let's say Semenyo went to Liverpool instead of City. They'd be saying to Semenyo, "Hey Antoine, hope you're all right. Love the hair, but by the way, if you get into a shooting opportunity, don't shoot. Pass it sideways, please. Just pass it sideways. Passing sideways is more important than scoring." Yeah. It's just the same. It's just the same crap. They just don't. It's the fact that they just don't take shots. In a way, it's like they do all the work. They do all the work to get into that situation, and as soon as the situation arises, they don't shoot the ball. They say, "You know what? I can see the goalkeeper there. The goalkeeper, he's kind of falling to his right. So instead of shooting to the left, I'm just going to stand here and then I'm going to pass the ball to, I don't know, to Curtis Jones. Or I'm going to pass the ball to Gravenberch." And it's definitely a managerial instruction. And it's definitely a tactical instruction. Which is why I feel like, and I've not changed the score, which is why I feel like adding more players to this is not going to make any sort of difference. But on the positive, at least they can't say, "Oh, we're 16 games unbeaten. We're 17 games unbeaten. We're 18.43 games unbeaten." At least that whole notion is out the window. Mo Scout says, "Could you be doing United Arsenal?" I'm not sure yet. Maybe. Depends how much time I have tomorrow. Alfie says Jabi's on the phone. They're showing the stats. Bournemouth had more shots on target than Liverpool. Liverpool's expected goals are 0.83. Bournemouth's expected goals were 2.5. Liverpool's expected goals were 0.83. Grace says, "You don't normally get that wound up." It's all good. I'm going for a walk after this anyway. I don't know. It says, "We don't take our shots. Our manager doesn't play good formations. Our left winger is shy. Our team is shy." The first thing is what irritates me the most. It's this obsession and this fetish that they have with finding the perfect opportunity. We have to be patient and we have to wait for the perfect opportunity. The reality of the situation is the perfect opportunity does not always arise. Sometimes you gotta take the 70% opportunity. Sometimes you just gotta take the 40% opportunity. Riaz says he will be sacked. Alonso, Gerrard till the end of the season. I think you're gonna have to sack him at this point. It's just the same thing. Every single game. And there's multiple things that people can be annoyed about. And I know different people are going to be annoyed about different aspects. The aspect that annoys me the most is the fact that they do not shoot the ball at the goal. There were so many times where the ball just fell to Wirtz at the edge of the box, or the ball just fell to Gravenberch just at the edge of the box. There was a time as well, just before Bournemouth scored, the ball fell to Gravenberch, edge of the box, and Gravenberch was running, like the ball's here, the ball's where my eye is, yeah. And Gravenberch is running, and I'm like, yeah, he's going to smack it, run. And when he gets to the ball here, he just stops, waits 2 seconds and passes it sideways. It's like, bro, the ball is like teeing up for you, and you're not 30 yards out, you're 15 yards out. Just smack it. Take a damn shot. Yeah, as I don't know says, there could be nobody around them. There could be an empty goal. They would still pass the ball. It has to be a tactical instruction, because there were even times. Was it 47? Wow. I mean, you could divide that by 10, and that's how many shots Liverpool had in the entire game. It irritates me so much, the fact that they have these opportunities, and the fact that these professionals cannot see. If I have such a acute angle, which is say 30 degrees, there's a 30-degree angle between me and the goal, mate, just hit the ball hard. It's probably going to go in. And if it doesn't go in, it'll take a deflection, and then it will go in the other direction. When the angle is that acute and the angle is that small, you might as well just take your chances with a shot. Because if you pass the ball sideways, you are widening the angle. You are enlarging the angle by passing the ball side. The angle is like this. If you pass it sideways, the angle is now like this. Basic maths. Oh, I'm still mad. Riyadh says, why didn't he start Chiesa if he's resting players? To be honest, he's pretty much making it up. Pretty much making it up as he goes along. This possession nonsense needs to be eradicated from this club with a passion. Why are you passing it left? Why are you passing it right? Why are you passing it backwards? Like if they could pass the ball upwards, they would do that. If they could pass the ball into an alternate dimension that is inhabited by aliens, they would pass the ball into that dimension instead of just taking a damn shot in the net, which is in the same dimension. They just refuse to take a shot. Well, I hope that's at least made things slightly better, because the match was annoying as hell. As Jeffrey says, slot is 30, which means crap. Why do I don't know how long you've been here, as in at the end, but it's really irritating me that they just don't take a shot. Like, they'll get the ball at the edge of the box, and instead of taking a shot, they'll pass the ball sideways, or they'll wait for 2 seconds, and then they'll pass the ball back. From the 90th minute to the 94th minute, there were at least 3 opportunities where they had an easy shot, but they said, you know what, instead of taking an easy shot, let's just pass the ball sideways, because we don't want to score. And they showed the XG at the end. Bournemouth's XG was about 2.5. Liverpool's XG was 0.83. So they did not even deserve one goal. 7 Enthusiast says, why is he still at the club? Nothing he does works. It's the fact that he's implemented this specific change to make Liverpool more possession orientated, and it grinds my gears like you would not believe, because by making the team more possession orientated, they just don't take shots anymore. They'll get into the perfect opportunity, like the perfect spot, just at the edge of the box with no defenders. But they say, you know what, instead of taking a shot, let's just pass it sideways, because that's more fun. And it's not one player that's doing this. Wirtz that's doing this. It's Gravenberch that's doing this. It's Curtis Jones that's doing this. Which makes me think this is not a player issue. This is a tactical issue. It's a tactical issue. Yeah, so weak, all over the pitch. Weak in defense, judging by those 2 goals. But the defense just looked completely devoid of strength, completely devoid of intensity, and they didn't even look awake. So you can say they are weak physically, and they're also weak mentally. Also weak in the midfield, which is basically non-existent, and also weak up front, because they are constantly waiting for the perfect opportunity to shoot. And this grinds my gears and irritates me like you would not believe. This obsession and this fetish with waiting for the perfect opportunity. We're more patient. We wait for the perfect opportunity. Guess what, guys? You don't always have the perfect opportunity. Life isn't always perfect. Sometimes you got to take the 70% opportunity. Sometimes you got to take the 50% opportunity. Like, you don't always get perfect opportunities. And what irritates me is if these guys don't have the perfect opportunity, they then elect to pass the ball sideways, and then the 70% opportunity that you had, which was good enough, has now gone. Riaz says missing Diaz and the work rate of Nunes' physical power, and missing their pace as well. For all their faults, and let's be honest, they had a lot of faults. They were very pacey. And they did have high work rate, as you said. 7 Enthusiast said Wirtz had a good spot to have a long shot in the 89th minute, but he decides to pass it. Yeah, Wirtz had that opportunity, and Gravenberch had that opportunity, where the ball was just rolling to him, just on the edge of the box, and Gravenberch was running to the ball, and I thought, fantastic, he's going to smack it. And what does he do? Stops the ball, waits 2 seconds, thinks about what he's going to have for lunch, and then passes the ball sideways. That happened to Wirtz, and that happened to Gravenberch, and that happened to Curtis Jones, which is why I'm thinking this is not a player issue, this is a tactical issue. Fish says, play containment breach. I'm hoping we can contain the Liverpool team so we don't have to watch this again. Jeffrey says, I don't know how to comment about this stupid game. I can't understand what I just witnessed. Change is inevitable. It's just the same thing, isn't it? It's the same thing over and over again. And we can clearly see. We can clearly see what's not working. But the professionals who get paid to do this can't see it. I don't know if it's stubbornness or delusion or perhaps some sort of cocktail of the two of those together. But it's just the same thing. It's just the fact. And again, there's different things that are going to annoy different people. But it's the fact that they just do not take a damn shot. Which is what pisses me off. Grace is definitely rewatching the last 20 minutes of the stream. There's a positive at least. 7 Enthusiast says Gravenberch's shooting is so underrated too. He probably would have scored. The angle was so small. To the extent where I'm like, mate, just take a damn shot. Just hit it at the goal. It's basically impossible to miss there. And if you take a shot and you miss, it's no problem if Bournemouth clear it because they've got nobody there. They just wait forever for the perfect opportunity, and the perfect opportunity doesn't always arise. Sometimes you got to take the 70% opportunity. They just want to pass it left, pass it right, pass it back, pass it up, pass it down, pass it diagonally. Stand on the ball, pirouette on the ball, do a break dance on the ball, do a pole dance on the ball, do everything with the ball apart from shooting the effing thing forward. Jack says last goal shouldn't have counted. To be honest with you, I was just so annoyed and so frustrated and so angry at that point that I was just crashing out, because there should have been at least 2-3 opportunities just before that where Liverpool should have scored, but they don't score because they don't take shots. Unfortunately, they'd rather just pass the ball sideways and walk the ball into the goal. Sometimes you got to take the chance. I agree. It's this obsession that this team has and that this manager has with waiting for the perfect opportunity. And my whole line of thinking is, you don't always get the perfect opportunity. Life doesn't always give you the perfect opportunity. Sometimes you gotta take the good opportunity. Life doesn't always give you a 10 out of 10. Sometimes you gotta take the 8 out of 10. Sometimes you gotta take the 6 out of 10 opportunity. And they end up just waiting forever for the perfect opportunity, that the perfect opportunity never comes. And the other team will then score because the other team is not deluded. Isabel says we deserve to lose. We 100% deserve to lose. I'm not sure if you saw the statistics at the end. Liverpool's expected goal, Bournemouth's expected goals were about 2.8. Liverpool's expected goals were 0.8. So according to the statistics, Liverpool didn't deserve a single goal. Isabel says, and you're not wrong. I appreciate that. And I just find it funny that we can all see this, but the so-called professionals cannot. I just wish that they get into the positions and just hit it at the net. Don't pass it sideways. Hit it. Moscal says you might I'll just become a United fan. I'm not quite at rock bottom yet, but I'm slowly approaching that point. Seven Enthusiast says I think Alisson should have hit it out for a corner on the last goal. To be honest with you, I was just crashing out. At that point. My memory of that last goal is a bit hazy. I just saw it kind of rolling in. Jeffrey says when they do take the shot, they're not sure to strike. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they feel a bit scared to take a shot, and you're right that they don't look fully confident when they take the shot, almost as if they feel like they're going to get shouted at and they feel like they're going to be in trouble for taking a shot. Why did you take the shot? Why did you not pass it sideways? They almost seem a bit scared to shoot the ball. It's just insane. Grace says take a breath and relax. I might need to take quite a few breaths and relax. Jake says it's time to go slide. It's been that time for a while. Lots of things annoy me, and I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's the fact that they just don't take shots. They would rather pass the ball left, pass the ball right, pass the ball up, pass the ball down. They'd rather do everything apart from just shoot the damn ball at the goal. The ball was at his hand, but he went to pick it up. Oh, right, and he shot the shot before he could. Fair enough. But to be honest, like, looking at the stats as well, Liverpool's XG was about 0.8. Bournemouth's XG was about triple that. Bournemouth probably deserved the win. At the very least, this eliminates that silly notion that we've been hearing that, Liverpool are 17 games unbeaten. Liverpool are 26 games unbeaten. Liverpool are 8.42 games unbeaten. At least people will stop saying that nonsense now. What can you do? See, this is why I go on holiday every month to escape this nonsense. But it is what it is. Oh my God, it's quarter. How is it 7:45? I thought it was like 5 o'clock. But anyway, I better go to the shop. Because as I said, Asda failed to deliver half my order today. So I'm going to have to go out to Aldi, to a better shop, and buy it manually the old-fashioned way. So that's where I'm going now. Exactly. If I was playing, or if Grace was playing, or if Isabel was playing, would have won this game. But I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Isabel says get that feta. Indeed I will. As Aldi do have good stock of cheese, so I will do that. But yeah, take care guys. Take care Isabel. Take care Grace. See you on Wednesday for more of this nonsense. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Anyway guys, enjoy your weekend.